All right, I'm leaving Spence Field Shelter. It is the morning of 12 March. Happy birthday, Kyle. Just gonna play it by ear for the day. So far, it's a beautiful morning. It's chilly, but it's a beautiful morning. The shelter was perfect last night. The wind was coming from behind the shelter, so there is about a 10-degree difference inside the shelter and when you stepped around the side of it. So it was a perfect place to stop. We had probably 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 of us in the shelter last night. A bunch of students, I got 7 students came in from University of South Florida at Tampa. They're from Tampa. So they were really exhausted. They hiked like 14 miles yesterday. So those kids were exhausted. Some of them were really hurting. But they all got settled in. I think finally down by 9 o'clock-ish. They were finally down, but I know I was out, well out before then. So, but another gorgeous day. No rain in the forecast. Just colder temperatures. But that's fine. At this elevation, you expect it. A lot of climbing today. I think I have at least one 6,000-foot climb coming up today, and I think the other one might be 5,200. But let's see what we got here. Some Appalachian Trail, Eagle Creek Trail to the right, Spence Field to the right, Jenkins Ridge to the left, and then we have Boat Mountain Trail. That's not the one I'm taking, but I'll be taking the... It's hard to read these signs in the videos. But no, that's a side trail. Definitely don't want to take that one. So keep heading into the sun. So I'm gonna put the phone away. My hand's getting cold. A beautiful view from up here this morning. They just go on forever and ever. Alright, it's a pretty little green tunnel area I'll be going through. Get down off these rocks here. Such a big temperature difference when you're in an area that the sun is hitting you, and then you go onto the side where the sun is not hitting you, and then you bundle back up again. So it's a bit of a constant zipping up your outer layer, unzipping your outer layer, putting gloves on, taking gloves off. I think once it's closer to noon and the sun is higher in the air, then at that point it might be able to take off the very outer layer. I have on my merino wool long sleeve base layer. Then I have on my fleece, and over the top right now I have on my rain jacket to cut down on the wind. I also have on my hiking pants and then my rain pants over the top of those, again to cut down on the wind. It's not a strong wind. I would say it's maybe 5 to 7 miles per hour, but it's cold air. So I just, I had the pant legs unzipped a little bit. I have the armpits unzipped in the rain jacket. The front of my rain jacket unzipped a bit, just so I can not sweat and maintain an even temperature. But I do anticipate after a bit having to, I'll take the raincoat off and possibly even the rain pants. It'll be an awesome day of hiking. It's been a crazy 10, oh gosh, even more days for me between the hip issue and then getting sick yesterday. It just seems to be almost one thing after another. But I'm very thankful that in between those I was able to do some slack packing. And then yesterday that I was able to continue the last 2.2 miles into the shelter area. And the shelter itself was another 0.2 off the trail. So I was just happy to get there, get a good meal of some pork and rice in me, and hit the sack. A lot of electrolytes. I've already started drinking them this morning. Had mashed potatoes for breakfast that they just tasted great. So that might become my new go-to breakfast, mashed potatoes. But all right, well, got a pretty steep looking uphill climb here. I know on the phone you can't tell, but it'll be a bit of an uphill climb coming up. So time for me to put my head down and try to be a little faster than molasses in the winter going up this hill. I am almost to the top of Rocky Top Mountain, 5,442 feet. But before getting all the way to the top, I wanted to turn around and take a video of this. Absolutely beautiful. I can't even imagine the pictures photographers get that have the actual cameras for this type of scenery. I mean, as far as your eye can see, there are mountains. I mean, those are not clouds. Those are mountains. As far as your eyes can see. Way down there is Fontana Dam, where I took off from, right over there, where I took off from on Sunday. So somehow I have managed to make it all the way over here. Now mile-wise, it's really not that much, but oh my gosh. Up the hill, down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Until I finally, that one. Alright kiddos, I'm going to attempt a 360 up here. This is the top of Rocky Mountain. Rocky Top. That's what it's called. Rocky Top. Okay, so over there is where I just came from. So, if I can get this to work properly, zoom down over there. Can't see the rest of it. Bloop, 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 bloop. Come across that little area there, and then coming up the trail right here. I'm not sure if I'm there yet, but the next view area is supposed to be, I think Thunderhead Mountain is the name of it. I'll have to get on my app to see how close I am to it. But let's see what I got. Alrighty, well, the top of Thunderhead Mountain was so uneventful that I missed it. So I'm already started heading down, which is when I realized where was the peak. So very uneventful. Obviously not a view, or I would have stopped. That's what takes me so long to hike, is I stop to take pictures and videos. It's great. I love it. So heading down now for a little bit. I'm not sure going where, but I'm just heading down where the trail leads me. So every now and then you can see off to the side here, there's still snow. This is right now to me perfect temperature. I'm not too hot, not too cold. There goes another bird. Those little birdies, they are my guides sometimes when I'm praying, and they'll come out and come chirping by, and they're letting me know that, yep, God says go this way and keep going. So, which is funny because yesterday I do not recall hearing any of the birds, but today I've heard them several times. Alright, I'm going to put my phone away. A little slippery in spots, and I don't want to slide on one of these rocks and smash my head open, that's for sure. Oh, there we go. A little bit of an open area. I think right now the plan is to get at least 9 miles in today. If I can make it to the shelter that's 15 away, I will. And then Wednesday, make it up past Klingman's Dome. Find the shelter after that, which is like 0.4 miles off trail, but it would be the next closest from Klingman's Dome, which is where I should hit my 200-mile mark. And then Thursday, possibly head down into Gatlinburg, do a little bit of a resupply, mainly for breakfast items. Hit CC's Pizza, because baby, you know I'm going to eat as much pizza as I can, and as much salad as I can. Oh yeah, that hiker hunger, yeah baby. I'm going to put on that feeding bucket and just keep chomping down. Crazy part is I can't see the screen of my camera because of the sun. So I'm hoping I'm showing you guys the trail. Okay, time to put it away. I cannot get down without both hands. Okay, I have a definite incline right here. But another part of the challenge, other than the incline, as you can see, is the ice. So it takes a little time to navigate, but to find where you can step without finding out, oops, that was black ice. So, getting there. I'm beginning to think I'm on some type of a game show, and when I get to the top, somebody's going to pop out and hand me a grand prize. Holy cow. It's taken me an hour to go a mile. Oh, this is crazy. Oh. I have been so intent on looking down at the trail, I haven't looked up in a while. As you can see, it's snowy, it's icy. But then I finally looked up, and there, look at all that. Way down there is a city of some sort. And that back there is the path that I've just come down. Come on, where are you? Little deer, there you are. It's literally just moseying right along in front of the shelter. I did stay at Derrick Knob Shelter for the night, so I only did 6.1 miles. It was just too much for me. We have tent city going on here outside the shelter, so you can see everybody all set up. I have my tent set up over there. If I can figure out how to point to it, right there is my tent all set up. And down here, as you go to the shelter, you've got the whole shelter set up. You got the bear hang bags going on over there. Some people put the whole bag, some just their food bag. And then there's the shelter. And that's it. Alright, it's the morning of 13 March. I'm getting ready to head out from Derrick Knob Shelter. Hoping to make it 2 shelters away, which would be 7.1 miles. But we'll see how it goes as we continue another day of a steady climb. I keep saying we, it's just me. But continue, it's another day of a steady climb. Eventually making it to Clingman's Dome, which is 6,000 and some odd feet up in the air. I might try to push through to those 10 miles if I can. But if I do that, then I won't have a shelter to stay in for the night. But not that, that's not a bad thing. Just in the Smokies, they require you to stay at the shelters. I would just have to find a place to stealth camp if it came to that. If I was just too exhausted to push on. But again, we'll just see what the day brings. Because so far, the Smokies have been kicking my backside. And I'm not getting too many miles in a day, but I am definitely seeing some amazing views. Just simply amazing views. Pretty crowded last night. I was set up inside the shelter. 3 of us were actually, 3 of us thru-hikers. But then a group of 12 showed up, and all 12 had reservations. So we had to leave the shelter and go pitch our tents. Those are the rules. So they were day hikers. They had made reservations, so they got to stay in the shelter. But it was all right. It was like tent city outside there. So there were 12 in the shelter, and there were 12 tents outside all around the area. So it worked out great. I slept okay. My biggest issue seems to be, you know, I get into bed around 8 o'clock, but I can't seem to just relax, just calm down. I don't know. And normally it's about 11 before I finally fall asleep. Then I get up about 1 to go to the bathroom. Then I go back to bed. And it seems like I spend a lot of time, what's going around this tree? I spend a lot of time in and out of sleep and not a nice, good, deep sleep. So, hoping I can change that pattern and just find a way to relax my mind. So, I hope everybody on the other side of this film is having a great day. And you all right? Okay. All right, just completed the first 5,200 foot climb. I've got another, oh, I don't know, I think a 54 and then a 56 coming along. Got a little bit of a break here. Some of them, the steepness is, I don't know, just amazing to me. It makes me think I should put a 33-pound pack on my back, my trekking poles in my hands, and try and climb up my garage roof. That's exactly what it feels like. I take about 2 steps and stop, and 2 steps and stop. But this right now is a very, very welcome sight. A little flat in some areas, a little bit of down. And it's not the steep down, it's gradual down. Of course, you don't want it to go down too far when you're going back up to 53 and then 5,600 feet approximate heights. So, time to break out a little morning snack, a protein bar, conserving with water. I've had a lot to drink already this morning and listening to my body, but I still have 3 miles before the next water source. So I have to conserve my water, and the next 5,200 or so feet of climbing will happen before I get to that water source. So, what do we have here? Oh, let's see. We have a sign that says Appalachian Trail, Derrick Knob Shelter, 2-point-some miles to the left. Siler's Bald Shelter, 2.9 to the right. Klingman's Dome, 7.4 miles to the right. And then this other one shows Miri Ridge Trail. So that's not where I'm going. Whoops, I'm not even focusing on it. That's not where I'm going, but back over here onto the AT. We keep going. So while I can, I'm going to get out my protein bar and take an eat before I start the next climb. Whew. It's been 3 hours since I left the shelter this morning. I'm on the last 10th of a mile to get to the next shelter. I'm going to stop in there, take my pack off, do some stretches, eat my lunch, and then continue. The shelter after this one is 1.7 miles away, but everything is all uphill climbing. Now, it was nice for a while to have some downhill and even a little bit of flat. But this has been this last 0.2 of a mile to get to the shelter has been rough. I'm very thankful the whole day has not been like this. I still have to go up over that ridge. Oh my glory. Like a 1/10 of a mile with an 800-foot elevation gain. And I'm not going to quit, but my body is screaming mad at me right now. Okay, I gotta put this away. Alright, so I stopped for lunch at this shelter. It's called Seiler's Bald Shelter. It's really nice. Got a nice big overhang area, which is great when it's raining. But I'm going to sit here and eat. I'm running into a big problem. I'm not taking in enough calories. I don't know what to be eating, but I need to start figuring out what I have to be eating to take in more calories. I am hurting. So instead of just the basic tuna fish packs for lunch today, I'm heating up one of the dehydrated dinners that'll have at least 400 calories. Going to heat that up. That just means I'm going to run short of food because I've already dumped all my oatmeal in the fire the other night after I knew that's what made me sick. So, yep, Gatlinburg should only be a day away. Got to figure it all out. All right, it's 1:46. I took, I think almost an hour break at that shelter. I went ahead and heated up one of my dinners for lunch. It was, I don't know, 650 calories or something. But heated that up for lunch. Went ahead and refilled all both my 2-liter water bottles. Put more electrolytes in one of them. I normally leave one bottle as just plain water and the other one with electrolytes. Massaged my legs, stretched my legs, my back, my arms, aired my feet out, went to the bathroom, and now I'm getting back on the trail. Normally I don't take that long of a break, but with these climbs that I still have in front of me, I just wanted to really feel refreshed. The next shelter is only 1.7 miles away, but it's a very steep incline. And then after that, we continue climbing to Clingman's Dome. I think I was at 5,400 feet here at the shelter. The top of Clingman's Dome is 6,600 feet. And that is 4.5 miles away. So I am shooting for the dome. If I don't make it, I'll just stealth camp on the side of the trail. If I do make it, I'll get the beautiful pictures. And then I will head down the other side, go as far as I can, and then stealth camp. Thursday, I really have to go into Gatlinburg, so I'll make it to Newfound Gap. Hopefully I can find a ride, get into Gatlinburg, resupply, eat pizza at CC's, and then get a ride back to trail. I don't think I'll take a down day or get a hostel until I get out of the Smokies. I just want to take advantage of the nice weather while I can, because Friday it's supposed to start thunder showers. Saturday thunder showers, and the temperatures are going to start dropping again, which means everything's going to freeze. Unfortunately, I think, like I said earlier, because I ditched my breakfast foods, the oatmeal, I have to go in and get some food. I won't be able to make it through the Smokies without getting some resupplies. So hopefully I can just make it a quick trip in there, 2 or 3 hours at the most. Get back up, ride back up to Newfound Gap, and then continue on down the trail. And see what Friday and Saturday bring. Whew-wee. Huh. All right, I'm at the top of Seiler's Bald, but there's just not a great view from up here. I don't know if that mountain there is where Clingman's Dome will be or not. I really can't tell. But like I say, just not much of a view from up here, and the Smoky Mountains are getting smoky. I'm going to attempt to zoom in to Clingman's Dome way over there. 3.7 miles away, but I'm not sure my camera will focus on that instead of the trees. But it is way over there. But that's how far 3.7 miles is. I'm about 0.2 miles away from the next shelter. It's a steep uphill, the last 0.2. Look how beautiful this is. And the pines. Out of the sun, which is very welcome right now. It's kind of funny that I would be standing here in March complaining about the heat in the Smoky Mountains. That will change though come Saturday. Temperatures are supposed to drop down and start freezing. But it is definitely a hot one today. And being in this cool green area, gosh, my pole got stuck there. It is a nice welcome change. I know the last almost 3 miles, I think it's 2.8. Once I get to the shelter, it will be 2.8 to Clingman's Dome and the 200-mile mark. But I'm going to push forward and do my best to get there. If I can keep moving up the hills at least 1 mile per hour, I'll be there before the sun sets. But this is just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. To get up here, I'll turn around. Let you see the whole view. Look at those blue skies. Awesome. It's down the trail. What I just came up. And then continuing on around. There you have it. So I'll keep climbing and get to the next shelter. I'll top off my water bottles and then stretch out a little bit and head out to get these last 2.8 done at a minimum. Legs, don't fail me now. Alright, I'm coming down into Double Spring Gap Shelter. I'll top off my water. I think they have a privy here, so I'll go to the bathroom, do some stretching, then continue on. Hopefully it won't take me much more than 10 minutes, but that could depend on where the spring is. Hey, hey, hey! How you doing?
All right.
Okay. I'm going to take a video, if you're all right. Okay. I like to take pictures of the, or videos of the shelters. And there we have it. Okay, 2.8 miles. I've gone 0.1 already. So I have 2.7 left to get to Clingman Dome. And this is the angle of elevation. I know you can't see it. I'm going to guess about 17 degrees. One guy at the shelter said he looked it up and it's 7 degrees. I think he's missing the one in front of that. 7 degree wouldn't be too bad. This, and they've got the logs in there that are giant steps up. So this is a workout, but as long as I can make it 1 mile per hour, which I don't even think I'm doing that right now, but if I can kick myself in gear to do 1 mile per hour, I can make it before the sun sets. If not, I should still be close to getting there to catch a sunset. Then if I am able to stealth camp near the area and get up in the morning to see the sunrise, that would be pretty cool. They said this is the tallest peak on the whole AT will be Clingman's Dome. So I have to look that up. I think it's Clingman. I don't think it's plural or possessive. I really think it's Clingman Dome. I'll have to look that up and get back with you. But for now, I'm gonna keep climbing up this hill to meet my goal. I really think this has been, for me, the prettiest part of the trail so far. This is just so beautiful with the sunlight coming through and the cool of the forest here. A lot of pine trees. Okay. Double blaze on that last tree, so let's see what we have up ahead here. That means a heads up for something. Okay, I see a blaze there. Ouch. Okay, we keep going straight. The sign here, let's see what we have. Appalachian Trail, Clingman's Dome, 2.2 miles. Ahead, Double Spring Shelter, 0.6 back. Welch Ridge Trail, 1.9 miles back. And down here on this sign, it has Goshen Prong Trail. Little River Trail, 7.6 miles to the right. Little River Trailhead, 11.3 to the right. But I will not be heading to the right. I shall be continuing on where the white blaze is. I'm enjoying the soft forest floor under my feet right now. How exciting. It won't be long, I'll be under 2 miles. Holy cow. Closing in on the 200-mile mark. The way things have kind of gone for me, I was wondering if I'd ever see it. I am 1.3 miles from Clingman Dome. I'm getting there, I'm getting there. I have no doubt I should make it before sunset. But the steepest part of the climb is coming next. I think I'm gonna sit on this rock here and take a rest. The next 1.2 miles, I will go from 6,083 feet to 6,600 feet. Still sitting on the rock taking a rest. And then I'll carry on. Such a lovely area. I'm still 1.1 miles away, slowly making it there, but this is the first opening I've had for there to be a view. Just look at that. Oh, as best you can. I mean, they look like clouds, but those are mountains as far as the eye can see. Or eyes. I'm getting closer. Still a bit to go, but I'm getting there. I am now 0.7 miles from Clingman Dome, which is, by the way, the highest point on the Appalachian Trail and the third highest point of the mountains east of the Mississippi. I'm exhausted. All right, finally getting a view to the east side. Still not there yet. I'm not sure if it is, but I'm just gonna guess that's Gatlinburg down there, but I am not positive. All right, here I am. I'm coming up to Clingman Dome. Oh, wow. I actually made it. Whoa, look at a little icy. Oh yeah, hallelujah. Woo, 200 miles. All right, here I am. I gotta be careful because it is a little bit icy here, but make my way up to the top of Clingman Dome. I do not believe I will stay for the sunset, mainly because there is going to be so much ice on the trail. So this isn't even on the trail. I had to walk a little bit off the trail to get to it. I'm really getting tired. Oh, I'm not kidding, I am. I'm really tired, so I just soon like to try to make my way to the next shelter, which I think is 3 miles away. So I'll be getting there just about sunset time. If not after. Getting up there. Okay. thing just keeps circling on around. And there's the very top. I'll stop up here with the picture, and then I'll take a 360 as a separate video. Here I am. I have made it to Clingman Dome. Okay, I'm starting here with a southwestern view. Walking on over to the southern view. There's a sign here that tells you like some of the areas you could see down there. Cherokee is way behind the ridge over that way, way over that way. Cherokee is somewhere way over there. Oh, come on, camera, go back down. There we go. And continuing on around. Lovely cell phone tower right in the view. I'm guessing cell phone tower. This would be the easterly view. Newfound Gap would be quite the distance over there. I'm not sure I'll be able to pick it out, but let's see if I can zoom in, possibly. Right down there, I believe, is going to be the Newfound Gap parking area. That's 8 miles from here. Mount Mitchell in the distance, way over there. And I mean way over there. Molly and I climbed that once. That's the highest point east of the Mississippi. Okay, moving on along here. We have the northern view. Pigeon Forge is way down in the distance. Gatlinburg is also in the distance. Let's see if I can zoom in on any of those distant cities. It is kind of smoky. These are the Smoky Mountains, so it is kind of smoky. Smoky. There you go. Just moving on over towards the western view. I mean, as far as your eyes can see, there are mountain ranges. So pretty much almost to the right side of the road down there. It'll be a little more off this way. To the right side is Tennessee, and to the left side is North Carolina. So all along in the Smokies, you're going in and out of Tennessee and North Carolina. But this is your western view. And then we come all the way back around to the southwestern view.